Hi there, Larry Seitz again. Running for the alderperson position, basically City Hall, in Lowry City, Missouri on April 4th. And I'm doing these videos to educate people and ask for their votes. And today, dragging a little bit, so I'm going to more or less wing it, I think, but I have kind of an outline. I want to talk about some of the basic myths that I've talked about before. Uh, the first one being that civilization requires that you have a ruling class in order to progress to, a civilized society, an industrial society, and that tied in with that is the myth too that uh, big organizations, taxpayer funded, associated with big government, are required to develop or innovate and have any new product creation when the life of Dr. Shiva, for example, proves that false. He's the original inventor of email and has done a lot of medical stuff. And the third one is I described in my video one size fits all very briefly. The yeah, I can't read my tiny writing. So I gotta look here. The big government experts want to create a divisive, they call it a dielectric, uh, where it's either big government expert way or the highway, or in that by that I mean they label you as a conspiracy theory or a nut job or something like that, and try to discredit you and chase, put up people that have all these crazy theories and try to drag you down these rabbit holes and get even crazier theories, and then you justify that to, you got to listen to us because you don't want to listen to all these crazy people. uh, so that results in kind of a one size fits all um, mindset that you got to do it their way, you got to do it their way. And the solution, especially in the medical field, is it's not individual medicine. It's not designed to find the real problem and come up with the real solution, and especially at the right time in order to make the right effect. Then I also talked about worshiping false gods, and don't make heroes out of sports players, uh, TV stars, and stuff like that. That's just a distraction. Um, and because of that, that's like, giving up your goals that you have yourself to some false god, or making them responsible for fixing things. You got to get involved and take action on your own. uh, okay, so today I was out, and I went to my friend Maurice, who lives down the block, and he did this flyer for me. So I don't know if you can see that. And then that's Lowry City. Uh, Sights on the future, and you got a telescope there, and a person's looking through it. And then Larry Sites, which is my name for Lowry City, that's the city. I got a bunch of details about uh, activities I got going on between now and the election, and invites people to check me out on YouTube and stuff. And so there's that. Oh, I got a new hat, or not a new hat. I have this hat. I don't know if you get it, see it better. Okay. Uh, Probably just need to hold it. Okay, this is Ready Motors in Clinton, Missouri. It's not, it, it's been converted into something else or no longer exists. I'm not sure which. But I got this hat 40 years ago when I went to California from my father. My father used to be, after he retired, he used to drive vehicles for this company, and he would take them to the auctions, and then they'd sell them, and then they'd all get in the car and come back, or he'd go take the people to the auction, and then they'd buy ones, and then they'd all come back that way, you know. So I had this for 40 years. I took it to California with me. I don't think I wore it any while I was out there, and I brought it back. So I told you I had a bunch of hats, and I do. I don't have as many as I used to, but I do have a bunch of hats. Okay. So, oh, I'm over time. Okay, I'll go a minute or so over. Uh, Today, I was at Dr. Shiva's leadership class, and we worked on uh, Larry City's real problem, which I think, and people seem to agree with me, is lack of infrastructure. Since the population has went down, there's not enough people in the town to support services like a grocery. There's only a dollar store with limited uh, groceries. So people in the town, they have to go somewhere else. The closest full grocery is in Larry City, about 7 miles away. But most people go 15 miles away north to Clinton because they have Walmart, you know, they got a bigger selection, they got cheap prices and all that stuff. Uh, so the effect is that the dollars from Larry City and St. Clair County go outside the county, and those dollars wind up in the tax revenues in those places. So that's, you know, that's a brief overview of that. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to start talking about the elements of a system, and the first one I'm going to talk about is probably a washing machine, how that's a system, and then your body and how that's a system. So thank you very much. Look forward to talking to you tomorrow. That's my timer. I'm 7 minutes, so bye now.